X Games, where we at? Take me up a little higher. Oh, fire. I wanna soar way up higher. A little higher. A little higher.
We're standing in front of ESPN.com. It's the best online coverage of action sports going right now. Are you guys down for the scavenger hunt? Oh, yeah! All right. Go, 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 go! A pocket full of ice. Scavenger hunt coming. We got some ice. Put an autograph from the cop. Thank you very much. We'll take it. We need a cup of Mountain Dew. Go, 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 go! Don't spill it. Scavenger hunt coming through. Got the mustard. Bottle cap. We needed a girl with blue eyes, and your t-shirt's kind of wet, so there we go. Scavenger hunt coming through. Circus City Carabiner. Go, 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 go! Woo! Finally have reached success here at the ESPN.com scavenger hunt. We hype for X Games or what? Yeah! You get the picture. Log on to ESPN.com, baby. I'm gonna go dry off.
20 questions. 20! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20 questions.
First question. What's my worst fear? Getting beat up by Mike Budnick. Jello or pudding? Jello. Who do you admire the most in your sport? Chris Edwards, most definitely. Who's your favorite superhero? This is very important to me. Spider-Man, definitely. If you could have any car in the world, what would it be? Oh, this is easy. Sean Robertson's M3, only I'd put twin turbo on it. What was your worst job? Oh God, I was a shoe salesman. It sucked. Within your sport, whose style do you admire most? Style that I admire most? I definitely admire Frankie Morales' and Shane Scour's style the most. Oh, we're done! We're done! All right, we're done. Sweet.
Oh my goodness! Seething with excitement. Freestyle and high flying, gravity defying. That is the exclamation point of a champion.
X Games 2000 returns to the city by the bay. This summer, the X Games take you on an adrenaline rush that'll keep you up for weeks.
What's it like inside?
All my friends, let the angels sing to your song. Help us get along.
Here we are over at the park, more specifically on the street course with Santiago Azpurua and 8 others battling their way to qualify for the X Games. Mike Budnick, we saw him rip it up on the vert out here on the street. Definitely liking this course.
Liking that start to his run, too. Starting out with a creative line with a little backside royale and then into the flat bank. Starting out with a lot of lip tricks as he goes frontside royale, alley porn star, taking advantage of every opportunity to get in a different grind, sweat stance, working his way around the course.
This course, although despite having some big quarter pipes and launches, also has tons of flat planters, which means each skater out here has the opportunity to do more tricks, really show the judges their proficiency on a lip.
So he goes fakie 720 over the spine. Yeah, there's so many opportunities to do tricks, even when you're on top of a deck. Normally a quarter pipe, you know, you just stand on top of the deck, but they've got rails up on top of the deck, ledge boxes. Everywhere you go, there's opportunity for a trick. He goes sweat stance all the way down the rail, and we saw him go over the gator pit, which is very dangerous.
It's a good 12-foot drop if you don't make it. Now going for the nice launch, but again, to disaster. This run filled with lip tricks. Surprising for Mike Budnick, who does more launches usually than lips. Nice 720. Here was the sweat stance all the way down the rails.
Mike Budnick, another final forearm sit, and your first run looked pretty flawless. Right at the end there, you know, you went for it, but still a sick run.
Thanks a lot. It's been kind of rough with the weather, a little bit of rain, so hasn't been a lot of good consistent practice time, but everyone seems to be putting together pretty good runs, so it still should be good.
And that rain has made it so that one of the competitors had to leave. So 9 competitors out here, 65-second runs, and only the best one of 2 will count here in the final. Aaron Feinberg, so dominant over the years. He's been #1 for 2 seasons in a row. Took first in Portland, one of many wins. Right now he sits in second, however, behind Svend Boekhorst in the rankings.
Aaron Feinberg is back as he goes big flat spin 540 over the box. That's a new trick for Aaron Feinberg this year, and then that's signature Aaron Feinberg. Soul grind down that dangerous rail.
Got the gator pit, and then surprisingly, he goes down at the end of the flat rail. I mean, that's not a spot that you think an Aaron Feinberg would ever go down on.
Well, but Aaron makes every trick more difficult than it really needs to be, and that's why he's always on top. He was going 5 for a 540 spin out of that grind up the rail, and he wasn't able to hold on to it. Topside acid down the rail. It's so unfortunate because he's such a great skater, and obviously watching this run, he's got the tricks, the difficulty. He goes fakey 180 to fish brain. But nowadays in the finals, and he falls again. If you go down, it's hard to win. You got guys like Svend Boekhorst, who are not going to miss a trick.
But if you take another little flashback, look at Aaron Feinberg at the World Championships last year in October. He fell in his first run in the prelims, went down so hard that he chose to only take 1 run in the finals. That's all it took. The highest score of the season. Then here, when he's on, he's unbelievable. When he's not, he goes down pretty hard.
He should avoid that rail in the second round.
67.25, respectable despite the falls because the difficulty was so high.
Sam Fogarty came out and skated great. He's been working on some new tricks all year long. He's got the new rotation. That's like one of the only true flat spin 540s. And then Huck in the 900. This is what he's been working on at every contest, either 720 or 900 over the box.
Big props to Sam Fogarty for going for the big 900 in front of his girlfriend who came all the way out from Australia. Budnick's having a heck of a day sitting in first. Thirsty for an alternative? Quench yourself here. From snowboarding to skateboarding to freestyle Moto X, it's all right here on ESPN. Check out the ASA Pro Tour this season on ESPN and ESPN2. Riders from all over the world will brandish their blades in pursuit of the title. Watch and learn. Things will change. Mike Budnick sits in first place, Aaron Feinberg in second, but Svend Boekhorst, who's won 3 in a row, has not yet skated, nor has this guy, Mr. Creativity, Nick Riggle.
Nick Riggle comes out Santa Rosa, California. Northern California is really known for innovating in rollerblading. They've come up with a lot of the trick vocabulary and creative lines like this. Nick Riggle showing off that Northern California style, and just missing the negative Mizu. Something that only a couple of guys are doing on tour. Jeremy Penachini does those a lot nowadays.
Negatives are very difficult. Oh, check that out. Creativity there. 1 wheel, kind of like a manual roll.
And then backside Parfingnugan up that ledge box into the transition. Nick finding a really nice way around the course. So he goes 540 over the box, straight into soul to soul.
Isn't that a song? Soul to soul?
Soul to soul, a song or a group as he goes for the 270 topside. Nick having a solid run, just a couple little bobbles in there.
Little backside torque there. Nick Riggle not having the flow. He had it at the beginning of the run. His line was very creative, but now it's kind of just lulling. He's going from trick to trick.
Well, you can see he seemed frustrated. It looked like his watch broke out there. He's trying to indicate to the judges his watch wasn't working. Going for that big transfer, just missing it.
How much time left? How much time? Check him out, Nick Riggle. There's some creativity. Nice coming off. Little transfer there, and then up, spinning into the top torque soul.
All right, Nick, you had a great run. One of the most creative lines I've ever seen. You know, how are you putting these lines together? You know, how do you see the course different to everyone else?
I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of luck, I guess. I just do the tricks I can do and like link them together in a certain way. I don't really. I don't know. I just do it.
Up next, 99 Street Rookie of the Year.
20 questions. 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20.
questions. Who best defines your personal music style? Player. What is in your CD player right now? Probably the new Eminem. When flying, do you take the window or aisle seat? The window. When skating for fun, do you prefer vertical street? What's your favorite book? I don't read too much, so Daily Bread or Box Magazine. Within your sport, whose style do you admire most? Everyone. Gel or pudding? Both. What is your favorite superhero? Superman. If you could eat only one kind of food for the rest of your life, what would it be? Pasta.
Sharon Grove is known as the monster, skating out here in all black. 360 to soul grind to start things off. He just skates with so much power.
That 360 to wall ride, going down hard is such a difficult trick. I mean, he goes completely blind, loses sight of the wall, but still locked it on. Now Svend Boekhorst, this is what it all comes down to. We've seen good runs from Jaron and Aaron. Svend Boekhorst won back in St. Petersburg. Actually, he's won just about every event coming into this one, riding 3 victories in a row into this event, trying to make it 4 against the top field, starting out with the big 720, and then going alley-oop fish brain up on that wall.
Now pay attention to every trick because he does so many of them. He is known as a guy who does lots of little lip tricks, but you know what? So far he's done the huge 720, a couple flat spins over the spine. He definitely does some big airs as well.
Backside mistrial down that gator pit. Don't forget, that's about 12-foot drop if you miss it. He goes blindside, 270 into the Royale, backslide, mixing it up here now, getting a whole bunch of different tricks into this run. He's already showed us the big airs. He went over the spine, started out with a huge 720, and now he's showing off those difficult lip tricks as he just misses the true spin alley-oop Mizu, but no problem there with the true spin alley-oop fish brain.
Listen, you can actually hear the points racking up. Svend Boekhorst, he one trick after another.
Like he's in a pinball game out here, just bouncing off every obstacle.
But he's hitting everything. Check, just going down, trying to 450 off. Spinning in and out of grinds, always earns extra points with the judges. Svend Boekhorst, just unbelievable run.
Sven, that was another amazing run, man. How are you putting these together every single week?
Yeah, I don't know. When I came here, like almost every competition, when I come there, I think I cannot find a line, but at the end, I find a good line like now, and only I missed 2 tricks. But yeah, I'm happy with my run. But
just a walk in the park for Svend Boekhorst. He sits in first place with a 78.50. We're halfway through out here on the street course.
You're watching the X Trials on ESPN2 and ESPN in Nashville. Don't leave because you'll miss it.
All my friends, let the angels sing through your song. Help us get along.
Quick recap for those of you that don't know what's going on. Svend Boekhorst sits on top. It's the better of 2 runs out here that count in the final, and we're down to that final run. So everything right now rests on Santiago Azpurua's shoulders. He's looking to try to qualify for the 2000 X Games.
Starts out with the fish brain down the ledge box. Awesome line from Santiago, one of the better lines of the weekend. 3 tricks back-to-back, spinning, coming fakie, into and out of things. Keeping that speed, trying to keep his pants up as he goes frontside Royale, drops alley-oop fish brain. One of the most stylish skaters on tour, sort of a skater's favorite. He's a fun kid to be around, makes skating look so great.
People have described him as the Sherman tank of inline skating because he's small, but he's powerful. Just goes really big. When he goes for launches, check that out. Big 540, good style. Spinning around 720 into the bank. That's a pretty awkward landing.
Yeah, landing on that flat bank. Coming in fakie over the spine. Fakie 360 into the wall stall. And then up and out of the spine area of the course. It looks like he's looking for his car, trying to remember where he parked it, just wandering around the course sort of aimlessly. Mike Budnick says, get up here. What are you doing? You still got some time left in your run. Santiago looks like he's going to set for one last trick there on the rail. Topside acid all the way down. Good run from Santiago Azpurua. Lost himself a little bit there at the end, but good tricks.
Big 540. He had some huge launches. He started off with 3 grinds in a row. Here's the big 720. A great combination puts him in second place.
Santiago, the pressure was on. You came out in the second round and put together an L run. Tell me a bit about it.
Well, I just was kind of relax more. Just try to do my tricks that I do in like practice and stuff. So I don't know.
You think it's going to be enough to get you up into the top 3?
I don't know. It's good for me.
Well, Pat Lennon, if he has anything to say about it, will definitely improve. He sits in 9th place right now. He's been doing much better than that this season.
That's the over the quarter pipe. No problem here in the second round. Then Disaster. Biggest, most creative trick of the day. Disaster off that small transition to Disaster Royale.
Morgan Pesco in his second pro season. Surprising people by making the finals. Not that he's not capable by any means. Check out how creative this line is.
I love that start, the speed that he comes in with and the line that he found. And then fakey 720 over the box. Morgan really is, if he would just show up to more events, he really could emerge as one of the top stars on the tour.
Morgan having a little bit of trouble to finish things off.
Morgan, man, your skates got locked in a hotel room. You came out, you only got 1 run. Looks like that's all you need, though. What's up?
I don't know. They just got locked in a hotel room, so I pretty much had no choice. Came out here after the first run. Only had 1 run. I guess that's all it takes. I just did the same run as prelims, so it's pretty all easy.
Making it look easy. Mike Budnick sits in 3rd place. Coming into his second run here, he was trying to step it up. Nice alley-oop soul grind there. Needed to do a couple different tricks if he wanted to improve.
Sticking to the same line, looks like. Mixing up those lip tricks there, finding every obstacle, working his way around the course. Not enough to improve, stays in 3rd place. Santiago moved up into 2nd, and Svend Boekhorst trying to go for 4 victories in a row.
Svend Boekhorst, Aaron Feinberg still to skate. They're going to battle it out in San Fran.
I don't know. I've never really felt too much competition with them. So, I mean, I never really feel like, you know, it's a battle for who's going to win or who's going to do better. It's always just like, you go out there and ride.
That's riding for yourself. I mean, if somebody rides good, you want to go out and ride good also, and you want to ride to please yourself, not to necessarily beat somebody, you know. Bike riding is something you do with friends. You ride with the people you have fun with. Ride your best. Ride for yourself.
The 2000 X Trials have been brought to you by Taco Bell, by Adidas, Long Live Sport, and by Aztec from Pontiac, proud sponsor of the U.S. Olympic team.
Svend Boekhorst won in Louisville, then he won in Ontario, then he won in Hermosa. Aaron Feinberg was the #1 street skater in the world. He wants to regain that by beating Sven here. But he had trouble right off the bat. Dropping in, Aaron Feinberg still is capable of having a flawless run from this point on in, but man, what a costly mistake.
We'll see how much it's going to hurt him. Oh, starting out with the 270 into that vert transition. An amazing start to the run. Aaron knows he's got his work cut out for him, especially after that handicap that he gave himself. Looks like he's doing whatever he has to as he goes fakey into the soul grind, backside royale, or backside farfignugan into the 540. That's the one that got him in the first round. Aaron definitely raising it a level after that start. Creative line.
Very cool line. Coming in with the little soul grind now up and over the little island there with the 540.
If Aaron keeps this thing going at this pace, it's going to be a hard one to judge because he had that fall right at the beginning, but it's a flawless run after that, and it's got so much difficulty. Hate to be a judge right now.
There's a fish brain to finish it off, spinning off 360 degrees. Aaron Feinberg, despite the fall, I'm telling you, man, the difficulty of the tricks he did pull, and he pulled everything perfectly from this point on. Wow. Big 75-40 up over the box. 73.50, so it hurts him, but not too much. He currently sits in second place. Sam Fogarty with his final chance to make a big impression on the judges and more importantly on his girlfriend who's here watching all the way from Australia.
That should make a pretty big impression. Huge climb grind way up on the vert wall. Sam Fogarty trying to work his way back in the top 3.
So you're looking to qualify for the 2000 X Games. You think you made it in?
I don't know. I think it's me and Mike Budnick are the ones that make it. So it really depends on whoever wins, me or whoever plays high, me or Budnick. So
not to upset you, but Santiago hasn't qualified either. He was in second after his run.
Well, then we're screwed because Santi qualified then. No, I hope Santi qualifies because I have more of a chance of qualifying rankings than he does. So I prefer Santi to qualify here than I'll qualify on rankings.
Man, you are such a nice guy. Does that come from your girlfriend, Katie?
Of course it does.
Well, Jaron Grove is our final skater. He's got a good shot of pulling off a victory here, but the rain is coming down. Definitely affecting him here, so the crack team is going to clear off the course, make sure it's dry, and he will get one final chance to knock Sven out of first place.
We're going to start Jaron with a new clock. Wonder if he isn't more comfortable skating in those dark clouds. They seem to follow him everywhere, dressed in all black. He's the monster, always one of the most exciting skaters on tour.
360 to Seoul. You know, he's been landing that all day. Jaron Grove coming out with a bang.
Making the crowd go crazy as he gets upside down over the launch box, coming back the other way. No rain to stop him now, and he is taking advantage of the second round.
The 99 Rookie of the Year, making it look good. Up off the wall ride, skating with so much speed. This is the adrenaline style of Jaron Grove that we're used to seeing. He's already gotten a victory this year on street.
High energy skater, mixing it up now, showing different lip tricks. He went alley-oop X grind on the small ledge box, coming back the other way, topside acid. Jaron Grove trying to put every element into this run. And the element where he excels the most is amplitude.
Jaron's got a very stand-up style, so people don't think of him as one of those sort of techie style skaters, but he's got the ability. Oh, going down on the huge Bio 900. I'm telling you, if he nailed that trick, I don't know. This is going to be a tough one to judge. The big 360 to Seoul grind to start things off. Then it just kept getting better from there.
A lot of pressure on you there. Yeah. Crowd waited here for 10 minutes to dry the ramp. You know, if you messed up, they would have come killed you. Yeah. Man, what was up with that second run?
I don't know. I just said I had to do it, so I landed everything except for the last trick.
That last trick, man, you missed it. You think if you hit it, you would have taken top spot?
Would have been close.
Close indeed. The monster Jaron Grove, despite missing a huge Bio 900, ends out 2 points behind our 4-time-in-a-row winner, Svend Boekhorst. Santiago Azpurua, he's going to the big show, the 2000 X Games. And in the ASA Pro Tour rankings, despite not being here, Eito Yasutoko still sits on top. Svend Boekhorst spreads his lead. He's 100 points ahead, but Jaron Grove close behind Aaron Feinberg. That's it for us here from Nashville, Tennessee. But tune in August 19th. That's when all the big fun begins with the X